I first met Gav 3 years ago, on the dance floor of Pulse, Cardiff's loudest gay bar. Gav's face flickered in the whooping disco lights, and his body whirred in a dance to the sounds of Divine, a lithe body wrapped tight in a velvet red turtleneck and black leather trousers, unrestricted in a spectrum of motion, drawing men around him close. I admired the freedom in his movement, free from all of us dancing, free from our eyes on him, his face drowned in sound, eyes closed, lips mouthing the words with a smile, as if he had never danced before, and the dance was the answer. It was all there was. I took a sip of my beer, dizzy with my new freedom clanging in my head, clumsy and heavy, so loud, despite the music punching the air with beats, despite the eyes of women on me, despite the invitations, despite the sense of new territories, palpable at the tip of my tongue, the particles of heat between bodies. It was all there was. Freedom, of everything finishing all at once. I glanced at a woman looking at me, afraid to make a move, to make a decision, struck by my stillness, keeping the future at bay. Batting it away with another beer, I took outside into the wet and mild Welsh winter. I looked at the swarms of men and women outside, groups guaranteeing safety. I moved to the edge of the beer garden, flanked by 2 circles of gossip and drama, running with passion and detail, funneling through my brain with images of people and places I didn't know. I took out the last cigarette I had haggled off a man on my way in, and placed it between my lips, its taste always reliable. There he was again, and to my surprise, he was walking straight towards me, with a confident stride, heeled leather boots clopping against the cobblestones. "You look lost," said Gav, a warm Welsh voice reverberating around me. There was something in the way he was looking at me, as if he needed to rescue something that night, and here I was, everything he'd been waiting for. He had the kind, affectionate eyes of a rescuer, a frown of attention above them, lining his high forehead, beneath short blonde spikes, gelled upwards. "Is it that obvious?" I smiled, and asked for a lighter. "Come here," he said, bringing his face close to mine and cupping my cigarette with the palm of one hand. Cool December air pushed in between my face and his neck, the flickering lights behind him highlighting the angles of his face, bony and pointed, blue eyes sunk deep in the cheekbones, eyelids covered in golden glitter, eyeliner climbing high above each eye. "There you go." The flame struck. I inhaled and blew the smoke away from his face. "You're a beautiful dancer," I said. "Oh, thank you, pet." Thin lips spilled into a wide grin. "My God, I've missed it," he said, and frowned in my direction. "Having a look round tonight?" I smiled. Was I having a look? I had never dared to look. "Maybe," I said, acting coy when everything in my body screamed in fear. "I'm Gav," he said, holding the cigarette by his face, head tilted to the side. "I'm Toni." "Are you a student here?" he asked, grabbing my hand and walking us away from the cackling voices, snaking into the quiet corner with a cha-cha step. "That's better now." "I was," I said, my voice louder, the statement definitive, pushing me forward. "I quit today.